Well, welcome everybody. And as Justin just mentioned, we're going to be covering the different ways you can make money with CrossLink as a service bureau. And what those topics are going to be covered as is first, we want to make sure we are properly positioning yourselves to sell more licenses. We want to see you guys grow. So we're going to just give some quick tips on to make sure you're reaching the right audiences. And then I want to also cover what is meant by a revenue opportunity and why it is important to you as a service bureau. What is the beneficial statements for those? And then lastly, where potential revenue opportunities can be found with CrossLink and how your revenue is actually collected and then paid out to you. So we want to make sure we're covering all the main key um, points to make sure you feel comfortable and also explaining these to the EROs. So first, how do we properly position your service bureau? By definition, a service bureau sells software with added differentiations from what a purchaser would get from the transmitter. And us, CrossLink, we are that transmitter. And does so for a profit. So keep in mind that you became a service bureau for a reason. And that reason is the differentiations to your business, whether it may be tax theory training, credit monitoring, or credit repair, whatever that might be. But that is your differentiation. So that's what going to be the keynote of this presentation is and how to maximize on that. And accordingly, the more licenses sold, the more lucrative the service bureau becomes. So we're going to make sure with that growth, you are maximizing on a dollar, but we also want to keep in mind that the one caveat with increasing the units sold as a service bureau, you never sell more than you can properly support. Never outkick your coverage. You don't want to grow so fast that you can't support it the next year or the year after. You know, growing is important, but let's make sure we are always doing it with the right support team. So, two important things to remember when you're selling units as a service bureau are never forget and always believe in what makes your service bureau offerings different and unique. Again, your services is what makes your business different from the rest, and believe in what you are offering. Always be sure to market and sell to appropriate audiences ones that align with your service bureau does well. For example, if you are marketing existing tax offices in your area, you're not going to want to say, hey, come to me, you're a new ERO. That's going to be a longer journey to teach them how to do taxes, right? So if you're marketing to the existing tax shops, you're probably going to focus more on the software beneficiaries, like how fast your software can build your asset table. Or if you do corporate returns, our software provides both packages, right? So keep in mind what you are presenting yourself and how you're selling the software, what features are maximizing to your audience. If you're reaching EROs that are just starting out, that they just want to come into this industry, that's great for those that maybe offer tax theory training because you're giving them extra guidance on how to become a preparer and essentially do tax returns. So, whatever your differentiation is, you have every right to maximize on that opportunity, which we're going to talk about next. But that is your differentiation. That is what you're passionate about within your business. So make sure the audience that you're reaching also understands that. So revenue opportunities represents the means for generating income for your business in addition to your service bureau fee. So when you utilize these revenue opportunities, deposit monies into various buckets for the services being provided. Again, you have different services throughout your service bureau, what your business offers. So we here at CrossLink, we're going to go over what these different buckets are, where you can maximize those services that you may want to charge for. And that could be an optional or a markup to a CrossLink fee associated with the provided service. A good example of that is the remote signature, right? We have that service, but we also give you that offering to make additional money on that. Markups can also denote the amount you charge above what is considered a standard service bureau fee. So the marketplace may say the standard service bureau fee may be between $15 and $20. That's the most common pricing to see out there. But if you strongly believe that your service bureau fee should be something higher, $40, $50, then believe in that. Don't hesitate to not charge what you feel your services are worth. CrossLink allows you as a service bureau to often present charges as originating with the transmitter. Therefore, these charges will show as a software-related fee. So let's break that down for just a few seconds here. That just simply shows that we are taking that blame right off of your weight of those shoulders, right? When a taxpayer sees that when they walk into one of your ERO's offices and they see a software fee that's a pretty high up there, we're taking that blame immediately. The best example that you're telling your EROs or explaining that is, hey, that's the software's fault. That's nothing on me. I don't control that, right? So we're giving you that talking point. We're taking that stress off of you there. So this way you can actually make that money on the back end. And that's the biggest beneficial way. You don't have to explain why that fee may be higher. And additionally, since the service bureau fee is yours alone, you can align what you charge with what it costs to provide your services. Again, positioning that you are in charge of what you want to make, and you are putting your costs out there because of these different services and trainings and anything that you provide to these EROs, you are charging for that. So just keep in mind that the whole goal is to make sure you're maximizing with these different buckets. And additionally, because you are the service bureau, if you want to provide your customers with additional learning potential, you'll be in charge of the distribution of monies paid out by CrossLink. So you hold the purse strings, meaning the different revenue opportunities we're about to get into, we are going to collect those monies and we will distribute them to you, right? That's the monies you've made throughout the tax season. But this can also be a great opportunity for you to maybe participate in revenue sharing with your EROs. That's solely up to you, just an idea. But if you do profit share, that's the negotiation between you and your EROs. That is simply up to you, whether how much of that revenue share you give them, when you give it to them. That's your negotiations with them. But I will say one thing. If they are being incentivized by the dollar, they're definitely going to try to do more tax returns out there. And if they do more tax returns, again, that's growing your business and adding more money into your pocket. So just keep that in mind as we go over these as well. There is a financial investment involved in becoming a service bureau. So as a result, it is important that you take every opportunity to receive an appropriate return on the investment that you have made. After all, being a service bureau is a for-profit endeavor, so we want to make sure that we are gearing you up to make the most money with us here at CrossLink. And these are the different ways you can do so. And we have two main categories. We can do so by a per return basis. So most of the buckets we have, these are different revenue opportunities on each tax return, such as a service bureau fee that is determined by you. You are the service bureau owner, so you set that pricing. You can opt into our tech fee markup program, and that's on every single tax return. The transmission fee markup program, that would just be on your bank product returns. There's the optional e-file fee program, which again can be on all returns or just your RTs. The remote signature service we offer, being able to send a text message and email to your taxpayers, right? That is just promoting your brand and being able to remotely reach clients, right? So you can maximize on that and just say, hey, I'm able to reach more clients, and being able to keep a secure platform, why not capitalize on that? And actually, a new program we have available for this upcoming season is called the Service Bureau Administrative Fee. So we're going to break down each one of these and we're going to get into it. But before we do so, we have another bucket that's available. And that's within our ancillary products. So an ancillary product is something that we allow for you to market through our software. And we have two main products available to you guys. That is Audit Allies and iProtect. So we'll be covering these as well and the different how profitable it could be just for you to market and push your EROs to be selling these services and how you can also make money with it. So we're going to break down each one line by one. So the first one we're going to go over is how your revenue is going to be collected and paid out. Okay, because the how you get your money is always the big question that we always get. When am I going to get my money and how I'm going to get my money? So we're going to break it down by the two type of returns that we have. The refund transfers, which are your bank products. Okay, so let's start there. This markup amount will be taken from the taxpayer's refund by the bank and sent to CPTS, which in turn, the CPTS will then deposit the markup amount into your pass-through account. So your pass-through account, think of it as like your CrossLink savings account. This money is going to accrue all during tax season. And we would deposit either direct deposit or via check. So we would disperse the monies to you in two payments, one in July, which is after the tax season, and then one in November, which is way after season, but we understand there is still funding all throughout the year. So we're going to make sure you get those monies to you. And as I talk about the different buckets, and sometimes I point out, hey, this may be a great idea to revenue share. This is where I'm talking about. These monies are being paid to you, and you can do whatever you may want to do with them and how you distribute them to your EROs. The second type of return we have are returns without refund transfers. So these are non-bank product returns. These taxpayers are getting their refund directly from the IRS. So how we will collect for you on these returns is if the tech fee will be charged to the taxpayer's invoice, and the ERO is responsible for collecting monies from the taxpayer, right? Whether that's a cash transaction, a Zelle, a Cash App, whatever it may be. But that relationship right there is between a taxpayer and your ERO. We will then charge the wallet to the sub office, and we will collect your markup. So that is your revenue. We are going to collect that markup portion from the sub office, and then again, we will put that monies into your pass-through account. So your pass-through account here is vital at CrossLink. That is where all your revenue share is going to be going into throughout the tax season. So let's get into it with these different buckets. The first bucket we have is our Service Bureau Program bucket. And that is the ability to charge a Service Bureau fee. So when you charge that Service Bureau fee, you can charge anywhere from $0 to $99. And that can be applied on all returns, or the most commonly used one are the RTs. It's mainly on the RTs, which is a refund transfer. And that Service Bureau fee is normally what I keep mentioning. It's what you choose to charge for your services or the different services you provide. So at the bottom here, I'm just going to show how you would collect that money. You will collect that money again for a refund transfer. It's always going to come through the taxpayer's refund and be put into your pass-through account. And then for the non-RT, we are going to say for the non-RT, for the Service Bureau fee, that is a negotiated service between you and your ERO. Okay, so that Service Bureau fee can be applied to all tax returns or just to RTs. And you have the ability to just say, hey, this is what I offer. This is my differentiation from any other tax business out there, and that's my fee for it. So be proudful for what you are offering. The next bucket we have is a technology revenue program. The technology revenue program is the ability to mark up our technology fee anywhere from $2 to $11. This markup, this revenue that you would generate, will be applied on all tax returns. Historically, it's not been a revenue program that's been sought after. But it's a great source that you can make a few extra dollars on every single tax return. And again, that money is going to accrue over season and be paid out to you at the end of tax season. So again, this is one that maybe you could say, hey, I'm going to mark it up, just a simple $2, and you're going to make some additional money on that on every return that's being filed. And how it works, again, when it's a bank product, it is going to be paid out from the taxpayer's refund and put into your pass-through account as a service bureau. So the service bureau is always going to collect the money. The non-RTs, again, it's going to be charged to the sub-office's wallet. We are going to collect everything for you, and we're going to put it into your pass-through account. So no extra accounting during tax season that you have to worry about these monies. The next one we have available here is our transmission revenue program. The transmission revenue program is the ability to mark up our transmission fee anywhere from $10 to $150. This program is only applicable on refund transfers and bank products only. So when this fee, if you mark this program up, then it will only automatically apply on the tax return when there's a bank product involved. So this would be great. And maybe when you are incentivizing your EROs, hey, how can I get you, promoting them? Let's do more tax returns. Well, again, this may be a great example of maybe doing a little bit of that revenue sharing. Go out there, you maybe throw them a few dollars and they may be like, hey, my service bureau is taking care of me. I need to grow my business. They're motivated. This is a great way for those that are just solely marketing on the bank product community out there, that they can be a little incentivized, and that helps you in turn grow your business. And this payout is simple. It's going to be collected from the taxpayer's refund, and then we're going to put it into your pass-through account. So again, no extra work for you here. All you're doing is supporting your EROs, helping them grow their business, and you're going to be making some money on the back end. The next one is the e-file revenue program. And this revenue program is just a simple ability to charge an e-file fee on a tax return. You can charge anywhere from $10 to $91. And you'll have the ability to either check a box for it to be applied on all tax returns. So that's meaning RTs and non-RTs. Or you can simply just have it on your RTs. So two categories here, all or just your RTs. And how it works is, again, everything is status quo. If it's a refund transfer, it's going to be collected from the taxpayer's refund. If it's a non-RT, right, we're gonna go to the sub office and charge the wallet, collect your markup, and put it into your pass-through account. So with this program here specifically, I did mention that there is a new revenue program that we have available just to our service bureaus, just to you guys, because growing this relationship with you guys and maximizing how you guys can make additional money with CrossLink is always one of our goals. And with that, this year, we do have where your service bureaus can participate in a shared revenue program. So what that means is if you apply an e-file fee on all returns, so you do check that box, and it's going to apply your e-file fee, whether it's $10 to $91 on every single tax return. And when you do that, there is an admin fee associated with it, but that admin fee, we're going to share that admin fee with you. So as you see here noted, the service bureau will get 40% of the admin fee, and CrossLink will get the 60%. So that right there is just another incentive to utilize this program. Not only are you making revenue on what you're actually making the e-file fee of, right? That money's going to you. But now we're saying, hey, take our portion, 40% of it, and you're going to get that additional money into your pass-through as well. So right here with a great program to market to incentivize your EROs to use because you're going to make additional money in two areas for it. So really note that down, take it down, that we're promoting this new revenue share program with just yourselves, EROs, the service bureaus that you have available. So it's a great thing that we have. With that, we are going to go into some of the additional revenue opportunities that we have here. One of them I mentioned earlier is our remote signature revenue program. So we do have our base price for that of a remote signature, but we're also saying, hey, we realize that you guys can promote that as well. It's a secure way to get signatures sent, but you can also promote and mark that up anywhere an additional $1 to $5. So that's something you can default for it to automatically have the markup involved with it. And you're making anywhere from $1 to $5 per social that needs to sign. And I just like to clarify, it's not per signature, it's per social. Some people get confused with that. And you can initially, how it will always work, regardless of it's a refund transfer or a non-refund transfer, we're always going to charge the sub office again. We're going to get it from your sub office, what your markup is, and we're going to put that into your pass-through. So CrossLink is doing all the legwork right here, getting all of your markups, putting it into that pass-through account, so this way we can disperse those monies to you at the end of tax season. Another additional revenue opportunity we have right here, we're going into our ancillary products. So within our ancillary products, these are services that you can sell through our software. And the first one we have is called Audit Allies. And Audit Allies is a audit protection service that you can sell through the software. And if the taxpayer does purchase it, then they will, if they get audited from the IRS, the Audit Allies team will help them and assist them with that audit. So it's a great service to have available to you. And with that, you can mark up that base fee, which is $59.95. You can mark that up anywhere from $1 to $39.05. So that's really nice right there. You're making another way to just make general revenue on this service. But since you guys are the service bureau holder, right? You're a service bureau, you can push your EROs to do this. We are also giving additional incentives being available through CrossLink per unit sold. So as the service bureau, you can opt in to share these monies with your sub offices. So we're saying, hey, service bureaus, please, go out there. If you sell Audit Allies, it's a great program for your EROs to market. There is an incentive for you guys for pushing that product and for selling it. So not only are you making money on the revenue of just marking it up, but there's also basically like a rebate that you guys can opt in for that can go based off how many units are sold. And then again, this money is coming to you. CrossLink's paying this money to you. So you have the ability to revenue share those monies with your sub offices if you choose to. And note that the markup is actually within the software. So it's nowhere on your portals where you normally see all the revenue opportunities. So I just like to highlight that that is different, where you're going to go ahead and set up this revenue opportunity. That's always going to be found within the office setup that you're doing. And how it works, the refund transfer, again, we're going to always collect that markup, and then we're going to put that money into your pass-through account. And for the non-RTs, we're going to charge the sub office because they collected that money up front. And we are going to go ahead and put that markup money into your pass-through account. So Audit Allies, a great service. It was used a lot this past season. But I would definitely take advantage that you're making money on two different avenues right here. The markup and the incentives that CrossLink can give you based on how many units you sell. And then lastly, we have another ancillary product. It's called iProtect. And iProtect is identity theft monitoring. So it's another way out there that you can, again, offer these services where we can go ahead and protect or monitor the taxpayer's identity stuff. That's a very important thing going on today with all the security. So we're happily available to offer these services through the software where you can sell them to your taxpayer, and we can go ahead and you can mark up this service anywhere with the total being $99. So doesn't matter if you the base fee is still the 55, but you could again make the total be $99. So you're going to go ahead and do the total of $99, making that revenue. It's going to be put into your pass-through account, and then additional incentives, again, being based on units sold. So two different buckets right there just within these two ancillary products where you can make additional money. Of course, you can opt in to share the monies with your sub offices. And as I just mentioned, the collection is all the same. No matter what part of our revenue program you're using, the 6 or 7 I just mentioned, it's always going to be going into your pass-through account. Okay, so just know that CrossLink is doing a lot of the legwork. We're getting the money, we're collecting the money for you, and putting in your pass-through account. So this way that you can see that money occurring all during tax season, and that's a nice check you're going to get at the end of July. So in closing, no transmitter provides its distributors, the service bureaus, that's you guys, more money, more ways to accrue money, which in the end is a big reason why you become a service bureau. You want to make sure that you are promoting the different services you have available. You're growing in your service bureau, you're maximizing the dollar value, which is why we offer the different ways you can accrue money, but we also allow you how you can distribute the monies. And that is, I think, one of the biggest powers you have, and the biggest differentiation we have with CrossLink is that you can really control how you're paying your EROs and how you're incentivizing them. So always keep that in mind when you're looking at these different revenue programs. And CrossLink to look for the revenue generating opportunities for a service bureau. We're always going to look at different ways that we can help you guys make money. We truly believe in a partnership and want you to appropriately accrue revenue in concert with the value-added services you provide. Again, we're just a transmitter here. We provide a good software, but you guys provide such extra services to your EROs, to your sub-offices, that makes you truly different and why you guys are great service bureaus and what you guys do. So always keep that in mind when you're going through and you're filling out these different revenue programs. It's strongly advised for you guys to just promote yourselves, and these different revenue programs can allow for you to definitely profit on the services you offer. So with that said, I would like to thank you for listening to today's presentation. I know it's a small one, but we definitely love talking about the different ways you can make money here with us at CrossLink.